Hello, Matt G4IYT here, and today we're looking at the full mock examination number 1, version 1.6, and today we are up to question 7, which is a UK amateur you're talking to on 5 MHz insists their license requires them to give their call sign when they leave the net you are part of. They are A, the holder of a foundation license operating under supervision, B, probably confusing the style of operating in a different radio service, C, correct in their belief because that requirement applies to any net, or D, correct in their belief because the net is being conducted in the 5 MHz band. Well, straight away, like with so many other questions, we can rule out a couple of answers right off the bat here, and I think we can probably get rid of option C, correct in their belief because that requirement applies to any net, and I do not believe that's true, so I'm going to strike that one out. And a foundation licensee operating under supervision would not really change to a huge degree the style of operating. It's really the license parameters, so where they can operate and the amount of power they can use, among other things, which will change. So it's not necessarily that. So we're left with probably confusing the style of operating in a different radio service, or correct in their belief because the net is being conducted in the 5 MHz band. 5 MHz is a critical part of this question. 5 megs or 60 meters is a band where the amateur service are in fact secondary users. The primary user is I believe it's the Ministry of Defence. So it's something that we share, and we are not the primary user of that band. And if we go to the EX309, we've got the full license parameters. We can come down and look up some information on this band. So here we go. Here's the section for 5 megs. We can see there we are a secondary status. The amateur service in this allocation is secondary, subject to restrictions set out in Note G. Let's go and find Note G. That's down here at the bottom. Note G, 5 MHz band, where radio equipment is being used in the channels allocated between 5.2585 and 5.4065. The following specific terms and conditions will also apply, and we can see number 6, where the licensee intends to operate within a network, the licensee shall observe the following requirements in relation to transmission of the call sign. The licensee shall transmit the station call sign when first joining the net and on leaving it. So this is an additional condition, license condition applied just to this band, presumably something that the primary user on the band has asked for, but of course in return we get the privilege of operating there. So it is nothing to do with confusing the operating style with a different radio service, and it is all to do with the fact that that net is being conducted on the 5 meg band. Let's go and check out the answers, and it was in fact question 7 is answer D. Thank you very much. I'll see you for the next one.